I would eat a human. If you were at a very fancy restaurant and they were like a tiny piece of human meat.
No. I think the only way
you wouldn't try a tiny bite?
No.
Really?
Absolutely not.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Can We Talk About It podcast. And today we are talking about Pizzagate and how real it is. And I want to start by talking about Miss Chrissy Teigen, who, if we didn't have this information, we would have completely forgotten about it. But if you don't recall, Chrissy Teigen used to tweet some of the strangest things about children. And since the Epstein files have been released and we've seen those mentions of pizza, I did a video yesterday showing you where Hillary Clinton is talking about ordering thousands of dollars of pizza to the White House and hot dogs. We know that pizza has some significance. And so looking back at some of these tweets that Chrissy Teigen wrote has been eye-opening, astonishing, whatever you want to call it. So I want to show you guys this first one. She says, I've come to realize that at some point in the day, I will order and consume a pizza, so it might as well be in the morning. Now, this could have been completely innocent, but the problem is with Chrissy Teigen is that she's also said things like this. So here are her tweets. Seems like seeing little girls do the splits half naked is just, I want to put myself in jail. Who says that? I am going to jail over pizza. It's always weird to me. It always weirds me out how strong little toddlers' tummies can look. A belly and a shirt with a small sexy toddler on it saying number one, duh. What does a guy wear to a toddler and tiaras party? That's disgusting. I want pizza. Brad Pitt just handed us pizza. I woke up this morning with a pizza on my chest and ranch dressing all over me. So if you think I'm too good for this, you are sadly mistaken. Pedophiles delight, toddlers and tiara. I mean, just absolutely vile. And that's not all. Let me show you guys some more from Chrissy Teigen before we get into her Pizzagate. Johnny and I are on our way to the Hollydale at Karina Bellinoff serving a nice 4-year-old cheese pizza with adrenochrome. And one thing that I've learned recently is, because now what's happening is that people are putting out old videos from Hollywood, and I'll show you guys some of those, where people are telling us what they're doing and they're shrouding it in a joke. And the joke is always the truth. So let me show you guys this last video with Chrissy Teigen's tweets, and then let's get into Pizzagate now that we know that she is a proponent of child sex content.
It seems like a lot of people are unaware of these tweets from Chrissy Teigen.
I just saw a baby that looked like a porn star, like a trashy do anything porn star. Is this wrong to think?
And just the monstrosity of things that she said and put on the internet, forgetting that the internet lives forever. She may have deleted them, baby, but we remember and we got screenshots. There's no reason she should be allowed in any capacity to be involved with any children of any nature at any point.
That's absolutely correct. And the way that she is allowed still to be, I mean, she was at the Grammys, you know, they're still interviewing her on television. It's amazing to me, you guys, and it will always be amazing to me how this was just so disgusting at the Grammys. They're all, nobody's stolen land, XYZ. First of all, you guys are on stolen land. You guys are buying quote unquote stolen land. Give your $1 million mansion back. But secondly, not near one of y'all nasty pedophiles said anything about those sickos who were in the files. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to put this on a hierarchy here. I don't give a crap about ICE right now. I think they are the least of our problems. I think the biggest problem right now is that we have sick, pedophilic, murderous people running our country. And they're in Hollywood, and everybody sat at a table with them on Sunday night and said nothing. They stuck to the script and they said, let's talk about ICE. Let's talk about how immigrants built this country. Actually, no, Black people built this, like Black Americans, you tethers. Black Americans were shuttled to this country, forced to work on this land, built up the wealth for a lot of these people. It was not, immigrants built this. Stop the madness. Those same people hunted us like they're doing on Epstein Island. Nobody's ready to have that conversation. There's a reason why Epstein didn't want Black people on his island. No inners, he said. Yeah, because we've been there before. And he believed in epigenetics. Epigenetically, we've been there before. We already know what's up. We'll find a way out and then tell everybody about it. These people sat at this award show and talked about how horrible ICE is, but shook Jay-Z's hand, hugged Clive Davis. They're sick. They're sick. Now, Chrissy Teigen has admitted to eating that she would love to eat some human meat, but that's not even the worst of it. I want to show you guys now a series of clips regarding pizza that your faves, Jennifer Aniston, Ben Affleck, have spoken about, but they have done so in such a sarcastic, sort of joking way that we forgot that it was real. I'm going to start with this video because I want to show you guys this one. Here we go.
That you guys have. You told a story about going and having pizza at the Clooney's in Lake Como.
Yeah, that's all in Aniston. Like George and I would love you to come over for pizza, but
how was the pizza? Was it good?
Oh,
did he make it
Amal's
himself?
pizza was better than Clooney's. They both made. Everybody made a certain kind of pizza.
There's no pizza we didn't love.
Something that he does.
5 different kinds. 5 different kinds or 6 different kinds of pizza that night. Clooney's was excellent. Amal's was the winner.
Thank you very much for this prestigious award. To show my appreciation, I am inviting you all to a pizza party tonight at
You can't tell me that they're all talking about real pizza. You can't tell me. You're telling me people who have millions and millions of dollars are talking about, let's have a pizza party. Yeah, a pizza party. The same kind of pizza that Obama and Hillary were talking about at the White House.
Jennifer Aniston's house. I'll see you there.
You've been to my house. We've had pizza. Girl after my own heart. Do we love a pizza or what?
I wonder... There's more. I wonder if that's their way of saying, because when they do these shows and they do these awards nights, they're letting the public know what their people, the sickos in the industry, they're confirming that they're one of them. And I feel like that's what she was doing there, is saying, we love pizza, right? Like that. I feel like that's what was happening. It is so diabolical and disgusting. I can't even begin to think past this. I'm shocked at the amount of people who are choosing to talk about ICE and not about this. So let me show you this other video before I get into the tweets about pizza, where this young woman has been talking about Pizzagate. I've been following her for a really long time, and she's been talking about Pizzagate for a long time. And everyone called her a conspiracy theorist. They mocked her. And here's what she had to say.
The difference between the Pizzagate conspiracy theory and the truth was only about 10 years. The same media outlets that dismissed Pizzagate as conspiracy theory all those years ago are now the same ones turning around to tell us that there is in fact a global elite trafficking children. As someone who went down this rabbit hole 6 years ago, it is actually insane to see literally every single thing, every single theory that I came across be proven true 6 years later. These are posts that I was making to my Snapchat story 5 to 6 years ago. In this one, I was referencing the Anthony Weiner laptop. Then the naked boy who dropped dead from Buckingham Palace, I was literally watching a clip of that in this documentary this day. And Chrissy Teigen and her very strange tweets. What do you mean you're going to jail over pizza? And what do you mean you want to... What do you mean? This email claiming that Obama spent $65,000 of taxpayer money on hot dogs. Hillary Clinton talking about sacrificing chickens in her backyard to Moloch. Even the artwork that Epstein had. We've seen this kind of stuff before with the Podesta brothers. We've seen all of this kind of stuff before. This very dark and twisted lady, Marina Ibrahimovic, and her spirit cooking, whatever that is. Like, what is this? What is this? What is that? What is this? What is that? Audio clips that we have of John Podesta and a child. The fact that the FBI released this document of PDF symbols back in 2007 and that they're actually used by many major companies on children's items. James Alefantis and his strange Instagram posts. Tom Hanks and his strange Instagram posts. Ellen and Oprah's behavior during quarantine. Honestly, all of those people's behavior during quarantine. It was very weird. Very, very strange. The symbolism during that time was very, very weird. And then when we got leaks of Joe Biden's daughter's diary where she explained that her father would take showers with her. And I was really fed up right here. Because now y'all can see, we can all see that they control every single aspect of our media. If there's something that they don't want you to see, you're not going to see it. And now my question really is just why? Why now? Because for the last almost 10 years that this information has been out, media has been doing what? Telling us that it's a lie until today.
I'm going to answer her question. And I think when I say this makes me so angry. And actually, this idea around like what's happening in the Epstein files, like I have to stop reading it sometimes because it actually puts me into like it brings me to tears actually, because it's just you guys can infer. She's like, why is it happening right now? Because this is another test, you guys. This is another test. They are testing, just like COVID was a test, to see if we'll do anything. It's a test. Show them, goyim, those ignorant people, what we're doing, and watch them sit there and just talk about it and do nothing. And I'm saying this as someone who is talking about it. But the difference between me is I'm not voting. I think that everybody needs to refuse to vote or to vote extremely third party. Because why are they letting this happen? Because they're like, okay, these people are so dumb. They're not going to do it. They've already bought into us. They've already bought into us. They're saying, oh, they have their tribes. You guys, again, as I said just a few minutes ago, notice how your Democrat friends, a lot of your Democrat friends, your diehard Democrat friends are only talking about that Trump is in the Epstein files. Notice how they're not talking about how Clinton or Obama or anybody else. Why? Because they have been trained as well as your Republican friends who refuse to acknowledge that Trump was in there. They have all been trained that it's my party or your party. And they are absolutely, yes, XYT, pushing to see how far they can go. And it's proving right now, unless we do something in the midterms, we are proving to them, you can do whatever you want in front of our face. We're just going to march about it. We're just going to march. We aren't going to do it. We're going to talk about it on YouTube. We're still going to vote Republican. We're still going to vote Democrat. We don't care. That is the truth. And I think that's why this is it's heartbreaking for me, because the truth is that unless people are willing to take a risk out of the two-party system, we're screwed. We're screwed. Because as we can see from the Epstein files, not only is this in Hollywood, I'm on a rant now because I was going to talk about pizza, but not only is this in Hollywood, but it has infiltrated the far reaches of our government and foreign governments. So if we want this to change, we have to stop voting for the same people. But they are 100% testing. They're saying, okay, which one of you idiots are going to comply? The same way it was for COVID. They said, okay, which one of these fools are going to see, or which one of these fools is just going to take 6, 7, 8 of these shots that we told them to? Which one of these fools is going to do it? Right? Okay, we know those people will comply. They're tracking you. They've geofenced you. We know you're going to do it. They hate me because I was like, wait, you're not putting something in me. You're just simply not doing that. Like, I will just go out and meet my savior. Like, that's cool. But you're not going to put something in me when you guys are pushing all this stuff on the news media. I knew it was planned from the beginning, but they're testing us and saying, okay, who is still loyal to the two-party system, and who are the people who would actually start a civil war? That's what they're trying to see. Who is actually ready to uprise against these pedos? And we will know. And this is why they're releasing it right before midterms. This is why it's happening, because they want to know how we're going to vote. Are we going to vote for our people again and just putting the same people in front, pretending like we have some power? Yeah, let's continue.
The same people who covered it up then are allowing it to be exposed now, and I want to know why. I really don't know, but what we should remember is that this was a blackmail operation, first and foremost. So I don't know who behind the scenes didn't comply with what order or with what direction from who, but all I know is that they did not release this information out of the kindness of their hearts. And
500% did not release this out of the kindness of their heart. We all know what happened. Trump refused to do that thing that he was asked to do. And they said, okay, release him. Release him. And they say, okay, we can do it anyway because it'll be fine. Notice how they have 3 million that are not released. Notice how they still redacted people who shouldn't be redacted. They're redacting emails of people. No, baby, if you were communicating with Jeffrey Epstein, let it be known. Go ahead, let it be known. If you were communicating with Jeffrey Epstein, your name should not be redacted. I don't care who you are. Why are you communicating with the man who in that industry is a well-known sicko? At this point, I don't believe that anybody in the far reaches of government and the higher levels of government did not know who Jeffrey Epstein was and what he did. So if you are emailing him, you are willingly communicating with a pedophile. You are willingly communicating with somebody as a mandated reporter. You are willingly communicating with someone who you know is torturing children. And as far as I'm concerned, as the Bible says, go ahead and grab a stone, okay? Go ahead and grab a nice heavy brick, tie that thing around that neck, and put him in the ocean. The sick part about this, and then I'm gonna get back to the pizza, is all these names are out and not one arrest has happened. All these names are out and not one arrest has happened. Nobody's being questioned. Let me show you guys this Pizzagate in the Epstein files really quickly. There we go. So you can do your own research, right? You can go through the WikiLeaks and you can go through the Epstein files and notice how many times they've said the words pasta, pizza, cheese, and Pizzagate. Why do you need to talk about pasta and cheese so many times? Hillary Clinton said she was going to sacrifice a chicken to Molech. A chicken is a young boy. Now that you've seen this, let me show you this email that people were acting confused about. Okay. Let me show you this email. I just want to throw up. These people are so disgusting. Yeah, nobody should be voting. Not a single person. We should just decide that we're not doing it. Holy S, I am sitting. As a matter of fact, I am sitting on a number Q subway making a pilgrimage to DeFara's Pizza in Brooklyn and then to Totono's in Coney Island. Never been to either one. Then I need to find a good place for us tonight, the trifecta. I've never done 3 a day. I'm thinking John's on 64th between half 1 second half. That's a weird half second half 1 second. I don't know what that is. Close and delicious. Sit down, because I know you won't believe this. Are you sitting? Jeffrey says he wants to go to a pizza place with you. He did not mention a particular pizza place, but he knows. You are in the know on this. Winky face. It doesn't matter one way or the other. I don't eat until 8 or 9 usually anyway. No need to check. We eat, we eat. We don't, we don't. Either way, I'll have wine and I'll be happy. Yep, a bottle of red wine is always good, but I will find out about food. Are we eating or just hanging? Need to know if I need to bring a bottle of red. Actually, even if we just be hanging, wine is always good. Superb. Hmm. Hmm. You can't convince me that someone is talking about having pizza 3 times a day. You just simply can't. Like, believe it or not, I'm not going to. Another email. Pizza time. That's the subject. Thank you for taking the boys for pizza. Blank was sad he had to leave the fun. Hope y'all have a great time skiing. Be safe. You got it. Yum, that looks good. The boys are really cute too. Just, what are you even talking about? What are we even talking about? So, yes, if you just simply are bored one day, you guys, go to X or go to TikTok and look up pizza. And the amount of times that celebrities are joking about pizza or talking about pizza, it's disgusting. This is the last thing I'm going to show you. And I'm going to show you this not because it's nefarious on behalf of the person who wrote it, but because I think it was a signal. Again, as I told you guys, I think there are these signals that they do that they do on live television to let people know that they're in the know or they're in the crowd. And let me just make sure this one. No, this is the wrong one. Let me see. When I first saw this, you guys, I was like, what is this about? I didn't really get it, right? But then I started thinking, oh yeah, this is why he's doing this. So watch.
We happen to have someone who sent us Monica Lewinsky's poem that she wrote in 9th grade. Actually, not in 9th grade, when she was a 9-year-old.
Okay, so this is a poem by Monica Lewinsky, who was 9 years old. Okay, this is why I said I don't think Monica meant anything fallacious or debaucherous when she wrote this, obviously. By the way, when I was in 4th grade, my teacher made us write poems about food all the time. So it actually was like kind of near and dear. I thought that was so cute. But then I wanted to throw up.
And I know I'm going to rot in hell eternally for this, but
I know I'm going to rot in hell eternally for this. So he's prepping you. Watch.
But can I maybe just give it a sample?
Yeah, give a sample.
Okay. It was written, the poem is a poignant rumination on how, quote, I can be a delicious lunch, dinner, or breakfast, if you're weird. She goes on to describe herself, quote, as a round and flat piece of dough with lots of topping. I am a mouth's best friend. I make you say, yum, yum.
What in the hell is wrong with this man? Do you guys see it yet? Like, do you see it? Here she is writing this innocent letter. And this is why I said, I think this is a signal. They're all laughing because they know the joke, right? This is a signal to people. I get the pizza. I understand the pizza. I like pizza.
It's amazing how kids know at a young age what they're going to do with their life.
And here's Jay Leno, gross Jay Leno. I just I was like, why would you do that? What kind of person does that? And then I was reminded that, because I keep trying to find, I'm like, oh, maybe there's some people in Hollywood who are not like that. Maybe there's some people in the government who are not like that. I no longer believe that, you guys. I no longer believe there's any semblance of morality. I no longer believe that. I believe that it's every single one of them. And apparently, Hailey Bieber's dad has been saying this for years.
Blessings. Said it before, so I'll say it again. It is all of them. All of them. But for greater clarity, it is only their sin. It's just their sin. And sinners are so popular, aren't they? Good luck out there.
And of course, that is Alex Baldwin's brother. And Alex Baldwin is a bigwig. And so you think they don't know what's happening behind the scenes? You think they don't know that that's what everybody does? These award shows. I keep thinking about the fact that there's all these children on Ellen and how it's almost like a prep academy for them to go into the industry. She parades them on her show. The elites look at those children and say, oh, I want that one. I want that one. See if that one's compliant. See if that one's parents are weak and will sign contracts, sign her life away. And then we can do with her whatever we want, and we'll sacrifice the parents later. We are heading down a sick road. And if we are not careful, we're gonna get to a point of no return. It's just gonna be blatant in our faces, and we're all gonna turn the other way and vote anyway. So I think we have some decisions to make as a public now. We have a responsibility, because now we know. Nobody can say, oh, I don't know for sure. Oh, I'm not sure if it's this or that. Nobody can say that now. We don't have plausible deniability. The files are out there. So the question is, what are we going to do about it? And if we decide that we're going to still vote two-party after this foolishness, humanity is doomed. Because what that tells me is that a lot of people are okay with pedophilia. That's what that tells me. All right. I am working on my next video, which is how they are actually using open borders to traffic children. And there are some eyewitness as well as some missionary testimonies of this that I want to share with everyone. Part of the reason why open borders are just not a good idea is because you just simply can't control who's coming in and out. And more people are evil than you think. Yes, we have a bunch of evil, sadistic people in our own government, but people are more evil than we think they are. For some reason in America, we hate it. We think that like people outside of America are better than us. And we don't realize that everybody everywhere has sickos in their country. And you cannot just let them freely cross the border and do whatever they want. Because one of the things that happens is that children get trafficked. They get kidnapped and trafficked. And so in the next video that I do for you guys, I do have some clips of that and some evidence of that. It makes sense because Joe Biden was in the Epstein files. So, all right, you guys, don't forget to like this video on the way out, and I'll see you later.